Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the DCG League Season number 1. And my goodness, we are going to have one hell of a competition that we're going to be looking forward to for the next 8 weeks. Of course, the DCG is the group that is organised by Maverick Warriors, as is the season itself is being hosted by the Maverick Warriors. And today I would like to welcome my good friend and fellow co-caster, Junrei. How are you doing, good sir?
Hello there, doing good so far. What about you?
I'm feeling great. I was suffering with a headache during work, but now I'm just glad to be back home in the warm.
Well, it's the weekend. One good reason to feel good.
always, yeah. Well, okay, so for today then, we have a really stellar lineup actually. We've got JT, Ploop, Reborn X Snipes, and Blake playing Survivors. And we've got 4 killers. Apex, Miquel, Mr. Demon, and of course our good man here himself, Junrei, who will be playing Killer later on. How are you feeling about that?
Well, kinda excited. Not to mention that the first group seems to be one of the strongest to start off, in my opinion. But we'll see how things go.
Indeed. And yeah, bit of background on these players. JT, some of you will know, was actually the victor a few months ago in the Bloodbath tournament. He won the Survivor bracket in a very narrowly fought contest with Sweet Gamer. And actually, now I think just being invited to the first lobby, I believe, so we're almost ready to go. But yes, okay, so this first week basically will be on Azeroth's resting place. And Junrei, what are your thoughts on this map? Seeing as you're going to have to play on it yourself in a moment as a killer.
Well, it is a pretty medium to large sized map, which has generators on both sides. So in order to be effective as killer, in my opinion, good mobility is one good point. However, trap placement can also play a critical part on this map.
Absolutely, yeah. I think with Azeroth, it's one of those maps where it can actually be nicely balanced between the survivors and killers, but it really is down to like ability more than anything, the way you strategically play out through the map. Like, it's very easy for the survivors to make mistakes there, where they can do generators on one side of the map and give the killer so much more power and control over the other half.
Right you are. When the killer has one side locked down, it's really hard for the survivors to get out of this situation.
Indeed, yes, and they're actually two of the survivors are already readied up in the lobby. You can't actually see at the moment because we haven't switched over to that, but you can see your survivors and killers for today's games right on the screen there. So the first killer to go will be Apex, and Apex is actually the reigning champion of the Bloodbath tournament from the killer brackets. He played a sterling nurse game in the grand final there, especially as he was very apprehensive about his form going into that game. But yeah, he prevailed over the other killers in that grand final, and rightfully so. I mean, he proved strong. He proved absolutely dominating in that competition.
Yeah, the survivors in the last tournament were kinda surprised and overwhelmed by his aggressive approach, and this ultimately brought him the victory in the killer bracket. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm especially looking forward to see what will happen on the survivor side, because in my opinion it will open a large window for possible sandbags in order for your own survival.
And Apex has chosen to go on nurse, which he did actually say he was going to do. I didn't want to spoil that for the people watching, but yes, he did stick true to his word, and he was going to pick nurse for this first round.
Quite an interesting choice, not going to lie. You can cover up the distance between the two map halves quite easily, and this gives him the advantage against the survivors.
Oh, and it looks like Apex has found Ploop already.
Ooh, off to the first chase.
Oh, but blinked through the bus on the second blink and actually went past him instead. He's going to try and come off. Oh, but no. I think Ploop judged that pretty well there. Apex is having a sort of a mixed start here. He's done it good to get the first win, but so Ploop, oh, now he catches up to Ploop and she's down.
Yeah, the stream is a little bit behind. Ah, there we are.
So the survivors are actually working on generators at the moment. It looks like Reborn's making to do the run up to try and get the hook rescue. Blake is also moving up too. Apex is moving further back down the map towards the shack end. It looks like Blake is... Yeah, sorry. Oh!
Let's go.
I think Ploop's trying to get the Kobe, but... Okay, no, she just got rescued before she went to struggle phase. And she gets double healed by Reborn and Blake, so... Reborn's off to a good start there with the hook rescue points for Altruism.
Indeed she is. JT currently seems to focus on the generators, so that the hatch spawn will be secured at least.
Indeed.
Oh no!
Oh, it looks like he's found someone though. Apex has found one of the Megs, and who is that? That's Reborn he's caught now. So Reborn has taken a hit, and he's going to take another hit. Oh, that was a single blink right there.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
Ploop and Blake are working on a generator together. There hasn't been a single gen popped yet. JT is working the generator inside the shack, and that's Reborn on a hook. So not a single gen has been popped yet.
I have yet to see if the basement is inside shack, but I believe it isn't.
And again, Reborn's trying to get the Kobe. But Blake goes for a straight up quick rescue. And gets double healed as well. JT has popped the generator inside the shack.
It's all about the points now.
It is, yes indeed. And now Apex is going to Blake. Oh, and Blake tried going around, but Apex was blocking him from getting to the power.
Quite a smart move.
Oh, but he knows that Blake's still there because Blake just vaulted out that back window of the bus. Oh, but he's got up to Reborn, who did the slow vault over the pallet. And is Reborn going to go down again? Oh, but Apex got stuck on his blink with the pallet. That might have... Oh no, Reborn didn't move away. She tried being stealthy, and Apex thought better of it.
That turns the good start for Reborn
no.
Into the opposite.
Blake, while injured, was searching for a chest, made noise, Apex heard it, he blinked him and took Blake down too, and now Blake is going on the hook, with Reborn still being left on the ground. That means Ploop and JT are now going to have to move up forward. However, Blake did score a green flashlight from that chest, I believe.
Ooh, that's going to become quite handy later on.
And looks like JT was waiting by that hook to get Reborn off it. Yeah, that's his first hook rescue as well. Oh, and Blake got the stun, but he got hit as well and went down again.
That's a rough start for the survivors. One generator popped, and I believe 5 hooks? No, 4 hooks so far.
Indeed. Well, Ploop has managed to heal up Reborn. Blake is still down, but he is getting picked up again. This is going to be his second hook. And what's inconvenient for the survivors is that Blake's the one who could be doing the flashlight saves, but he's got the flashlight, and him being on a second hook is not helping the others right now.
I can imagine a play where when Blake will die, JT will pick up the flashlight and try to get some boldness out of it.
Yeah, I could easily imagine that too. And JT, here he comes getting this hook rescue on Blake. That's his second hook rescue, I believe. And yeah, you can see by the bar on the altruism circle, But oh, he's running away. He hasn't completed the heal on Blake, which is probably the best thing. Oh, what was that on the screen? And Blake's gone down. Is he going to pick Blake up again and do the first? No, he's going to leave him there. And look for more survivors. They've still only popped one gen right now.
Yeah, Apex is trying to keep him locked down right now in order to max out his brutality, deviousness, and chase points.
Indeed, yeah.
He's in a really good position right now.
And JT, I think, has just said, screw it, let's do another gen. One gen has been popped, though. Who was that by? And Reborn has now got the attention of Apex's nurse. Oh, but Apex smartly predicted that. Realized Reborn was going to run through that pallet. And looks like he's just given up. He's just lost interest in Reborn all of a sudden. Maybe he saw someone else? He's seen Blake. And Blake's still injured. He hasn't been fully healed.
Alright, my apologies. I had to mute my microphone for a moment because I had a visitor in my room.
Right, fair enough. And Ploop's just left a gen at 99, which is kind of interesting. Oh, but Blake's been picked up again after being down. This is going to be his death hook.
Oh. Now he's putting more pressure onto the survivors. And that's going to be a bad start for Blake for the season.
Indeed. Well, we'll have to see how many points he got after that, but I can't imagine it being that many.
I believe it was around 6 to 8k, which is not that much.
For those who are watching, by the way, and wondering why aren't the survivors rushing the hell out of the gens, it's about getting points. Like, escape counts, kill counts, they don't count as a +1 under this system. It's all about how well you can play for the points. And some skeptics might say that sounds like, you know, a farming simulator, but actually it's quite a bit more complex than that. Because when the survivors can't communicate with each other, they can't coordinate point scoring as well as like an SWF style team can. So they're pretty much on their own. They've got to try and score as many points as they can, but they know that in doing so by like gen rushing, they're actually diminishing their chances of getting points. So they've got to be really smart about how they A, progress through the game in terms of getting their points, and B, how they react to external influence such as the killer or other survivors. And it's the same with the killer. Like, the killer doesn't know for certain what the survivors' plans are because they're all working individually. So a killer getting like 30 or even 32k score is not a given by any means. And here comes JT trying to circle around. Oh, but he gets hit. He tried circling around the trees and trying to confuse Apex, and Apex's first blink worked. Oh! His second blink was a little bit too short. Looks like Ploop and Reborn are working this other gen here. I think they're going to pop it. Yeah, they're going to pop it. I don't think Reborn wanted it to be popped, but Ploop had other thoughts, and JT has gone down, but this is JT's first time down on the ground.
Yeah, he has still great chances of survival. But here's the thing, the best thing you can hope for, since your communication is cut off as survivor, you can hope that one of your buddies from the group is in your bracket, and that you two kind of have some way of communication in-game down, so that you can help one another out when they need it the most.
Oh, and Reborn took a hit there, nicely predicted by Apex. But he's found JT again though. Oh, and JT patiently waited for him to make that swing while he was in the closet. It worked brilliantly. But
It was a nice time.
Yeah, Apex still knows what JT is though. JT's not making it easy. And because the last gens have been popped, Ploop's got this gate open. And Reborn's getting the other gate open even though she's injured. And JT's doing a great job of actually trying to prolong this chase.
And neither of the two wanna give up on...
He almost evaded Apex, but Apex sort of blinked the right spot, didn't realise it, but then heard JT running behind him, tug around, and then got the swing. So that's going to be JT's second hook.
Now is the question, what will Reborn and Ploop do? They both know that JT is a strong survivor on his own, so
exactly.
they could either A, go for some more altruism points for themselves, and risk the possibility that he will later on outpoint them, or they could just leave him to die.
Oh, we noticed Reborn hiding behind that! No, sorry, that was Ploop, not Reborn. They're both playing the exact same megs as each other. Ploop's having to make a run out. Ploop got denied! And Apex is going to take her back out. She's going to take her back into the map. Sorry, there's a hook right there. I think, is that Ploop's third and final hook?
I think she's been hooked once only.
Oh no, that's her second hook. She's not dead on it just yet. Sorry, distraction. So Apex is just trying to look for these Ploop's still on the second hook. JT has been fully healed up. And it looks like he can't find these last two survivors. The last two exit gates are actually pretty much in the same half of the map, with the basement nearby. And Reborn's trying to be so stealthy.
Yeah, both of them are not...
Oh god, Reborn and JT have been found together. This is going to be interesting. Where is Apex going? He was trying to find JT. And JT's gone down.
Yeah, this was kind of a personal goal for Apex this game. To make sure that Apex doesn't... that Apex doesn't survive Apex game. That JT doesn't survive Apex game.
And Reborn and Ploop are just singing to each other. I think they're trying to give each other gifts. And I think... Oh, JT's been dropped.
It seems like Apex wants to create another situation for him to get more points.
Well, that's the thing. If he went for straight for the hook... Ploop needs to run out. And it looks like Reborn's going to try and stay in. So Ploop's decided not to hedge her bets too much and take the survival points. And Apex, he was saying he wanted to get a 32k out of this game for us. He was so adamant that, like, the 32... Sorry, phone's going a bit track. He was so adamant that this is going to be the one game he gets the 32k in.
Yeah, he's really determined on getting that on one side. On the other side, he has a title to defend.
Indeed. And Reborn just tried running around. Is that going to be enough for JT? No, JT's on the hook. And now Reborn's just trying to make a run for the exit. What does she do? Oh, now she needs to run out. Now she needs to run out. And, well, Apex he got max deviousness points, but not max sacrifice or brutality points.
I think this game should result in a solid 28 or 29. Yeah, there it is, 28k.
So there we have 22,852 points for Reborn, who was top of that. 20,609 points for Ploop. 14,975 points for JT. 11,102 points for Blake. And 28,604 points for Apex to begin with.
So we got Junrei up here. Has he hinted to what he's gonna be?
I don't know what he's gonna be. He's a trapper.
Oh. Jun with the traps.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Junrei play trapper a few times before. He's not that bad at it either, to be honest.
No, he has really good trap placements.
Yeah, his trap placement can be really devious at times. It sort of like he puts the traps in places that are smart but are not often explored.
Right. Yeah, he will trap where you should trap, but like where you won't expect him to be in that specific area. Like he traps chokes like I see him doing now, like between the two walls of the tires. He does it there, but he also does it close to the pallet wall.
Okay. So I think they're all on the side of a shack. Shack is where the basement is. JT and Pluke are working a generator together. Someone has used the shack pallet already. Who was that?
JT is not happy about that, I'm sure.
Blake's hiding for dear life in the basement because he found a spooky medkit.
Dude, the spooky medkits are better than the base medkits.
Oh, absolutely.
That is so lucky that everyone just keeps getting the spooky medkits because it heals almost 2 times, yeah?
Oh goodness, I think I think Junrei respected the pallet, but Pluke ran back. And he's setting a trap around this in the grass next to the rock where the pallet is, trying to dissuade Pluke from carrying on that circle runaround. Reborn is come to assist Blake in getting this gen done, but this is right on top of the basement, and Junrei is approaching there. And Pluke goes down, and she's going down right to the basement. This is not good.
The gen's set up on the top. Oh, Pluke down. Yeah, on top of the basement. They have the gen there. He knows this there. If they can pop it, that's great. But if they can't, then it's rough. That they ended up popping it.
Yeah, this is an interesting sort of 50-50 thing where they've got one in the basement, but the gen run until the basement has been popped, which means Junrei has to make a decision. He's either got to decide between map control or making a play on the basement.
Yeah. At this point, like, he should probably focus going cross map and not playing towards basement because he gives up the 3 gen, and as a trapper, 3 gen is really important.
So Pluke has been rescued. JT's gone to the other side of the map. Reborn and Blake are the ones healing her up. She does have a couple of tea bags to just let them know that she's grateful.
He has the 2 generators on the back left side by Azarov's, and then JT probably... Will that disrupt his 3 gen? I wonder if Junrei can't keep that gen digress, then like he's gonna have major map control issues because the gens will be spread out in a way that he won't ever have a 3 gen.
I think JT underestimated just how much there was to trek around that pallet area and actually got caught out and hit by it, but he's run away and he's actually lost Junrei. So
Junrei just wants to keep that 3 gen, like, yeah, if he is, he's going for it.
Reborn's been caught in a trap.
Whew. That's 1,000 for the deviousness for the trapper. That's much needed since he can't get it any other way.
Junrei, interestingly, for a half a second there, respecting the pallet on the slight chance that there may have been someone waiting. Oh, Blake takes a hit but gets a pallet stun.
So he has a hook on the side of the map that has the 3 gen. So this is in Junrei's favor right now because he has all the control right now. He won't leave he has no reason to leave the area because of how the generators are situated and where Reborn is on the hook. So they're going to be survivors around there. He's going to get a lot of points here just purely off of where the survivors have to be and where the gens are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a fan of Junrei's killer play, to be honest, because he sort of had like mixed results in the Bloodbath, but since then he's actually improved quite a lot and has been a bit more consistent. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually brought out a really good result here. But the important thing is that he's playing Trapper, and Trapper has a sort of a reputation of being hit and miss. You know, you either
Yeah.
land the traps or you don't. And in the case of points, you really need to be landing those traps without fail.
I almost wonder if he's going Trapper here to just get it out of the way of any next.
Yeah, you see, that would be a smart thing to do.
Yeah,
for
get
any
just low tier killers out of the way so you can really use high tier. Like Apex using his nurse, which is arguably like his best killer. You know, he gets rid of the nurse right away. Like he can't use it again. So it's gonna be, or he can, but at a much later date. So it'll just be.
Indeed.
His 3 gens are going good for him though, especially the 2 gens right next to each other, like no more than 10 feet. He has another 2 gen by Azrael's. This gen placement though is really good for Junrei. Like,
It is. It's almost like a 4 gen on one side of the map.
Yeah,
And
he has no business going over to the other side of the map. Like they can 99 that gen.
he notices.
pop it.
He goes to pick up a trap and notices Blake trying to be stealth at the same time, and a chase is now ensuing.
He's only gotten 1 trap so far though, so that's only 1,000 in deviousness, which he
Wait.
desperately needs as a trapper.
Blake has
see it
taken
more
a hit,
times.
and he actually, momentarily, rather cheekily actually, just stopped a generator from regressing right in front of Junrei, and the chase is still ongoing. Oh, he might run into a trap though, it looks like he is, and yes! Blake has run into a trap right next to a hook as well.
Those trap placements. See, who would think there would be a trap there?
But
These
Junrei ignored the hook right next to him? Question mark? I'm not sure.
maybe to give him more space. He is in between 2 generators, so maybe it's just to further the patrol.
Oh,
give
quite
him less
possibly,
area.
yeah. And the fact that actually he might be setting traps around the back, I mean, yeah, okay, I guess that makes more sense. Or set 1 trap inside Azeroth's office. But, oh, wait a second, one of his gens has been popped.
Is that the far one? Oh no, that's the closest one, yeah. So now his 3 gen is a little bit more stretched, but he still has it. It's just he has to go a little bit more.
Oh,
further.
I think JT just juked a hit from Junrei. Oh, and JT was trying to set himself up for another 360 juke, but Junrei sort of was a little bit more patient and got the hit in.
Yeah. The patient pays off when he gets the 300.
He's signaling to the survivors like, I know your game, I know you're trying to run around this pallet.
He tries to bait out the pallet drop.
Oh, he was thinking about it, respected the pallet, then went again, and then Reborn put the pallet down on his head, getting stuck.
A good timing by Reborn there. Would have gone down if she had done it a second too late. Why are the survivors seem to be running around Azrael's right now when there's only 1 gen over there, or 2 gens, but they have 2 other gens on the other side they should really be working on, which is JT is working on now, but why hasn't this gen been done earlier?
Well, the thing Junrei now has to ask himself is that A, what's he going to do now that he has far less map control, even on his own half of the map, and B, like, how is he going to get a swift kill or 2, to be honest? Because there are 3 gens still remaining, but if you're left with 1 generator to go before the exit gates are powered up and 4 survivors are still alive, that's asking for a lot to try and try and come back from that. So
My suggestion is he probably should try to get a kill as soon as possible, but that might force the survivors to panic and just gen and go.
oh, someone
At the
disarmed a
exit
trap. I think that was Ploop. Oh, and she disarmed it when he was like 20, 30 feet away. Oh, and Ploop took too long.
Someone was saying that the latency is about 200 ping between where Junrei is and where survivors are, so the survivors are dealing with a bit of lag, needless to say. So the pallets have to be dropped way earlier than before.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I played, whether survivor or as killer, I played against, all these guys. I played against you, played with you as well, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
having to drop a full second at the very least when it comes to pallets or doing other
It's
things.
insane. The killer becomes like just a rubber band ball. He's just between one side of the pallet to the other.
So that's actually Ploop's second hook. Of course, the first hook was when she was in the basement. Now, Blake and JT have actually got that generator, so what was once a possible 4-gen strat has now been reduced to, well, a 2-gen strat. So, Junrei really has almost no map control anymore.
Ploop on the second stage, so she is DOH, next hook. Someone else is DOH, I'm pretty sure. Blake, right? Blake or...
Oh, Ploop
Blake
ran into a trap! And she's getting picked up! This is going to be her death hook.
This should be, yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. He needs that 2 gens left, he needs to get someone out right now.
Yeah, and that's Ploop dead, she's out. So that's the swift kill he was looking for. There's a
That's what he
gen.
needed, that's so good on him.
There was a
get-
gen at 99% by the dump truck as well. So it looks like the survivors are ready to sort of like call it quits and get the exit gates open if they want to.
Looks like people who are needing boldness are trying to find traps. I've noticed that's probably what Blake was doing around Azerov's. He was crouching around trying to find traps. Maybe he needs the boldness.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, JT and, well, Blake even more so, they're both on the back foot in terms of their average scores overall. So they really need to, like, eke out as many points as they can get. But JT and Reborn are so busy doing a duel of the teabags. Blake, meanwhile, is actually working a generator on his lonesome. That's about 60-70% done, so he's cranking away to get some objective points.
It's odd though, because no one's been consistently like followed by Junrei. So, I mean, Ploop going down there like relatively unlucky to get in the trap after the second hook, because no one's been like specifically caught out every single time.
Indeed, yes. Well, now one gen's been popped, so there's only one gen left remaining. And Blake has that one at 99%, so the exit gates could be powered up at any moment now. It really depends on what the survivors need.
I think
there we go.
all of them need boldness and a little bit more ultras, I think.
The exit gates have been powered up, so JT's just been found and taken a hit though. Oh, but he might go down here. Unless he can do a really good trick. No! Junrei just bided his time. He sensed that JT was going to try some sort of movement. But, nah, he went down. And he's actually not far from basement. Can Junrei make it though? I think he might be able to. No one's around to body block.
Oh yeah, they need both body blocks here. But they shouldn't both body block if they could.
And JT's also on the back hook. That is his first hook though.
They gotta go for him. There's no way they would just leave him there. You get that, it's 1800 now, since the exit gates are powered, and if neither of them have maxed it out, they really need that.
Indeed, yeah, this is going to be interesting, because again, like, Ploop's the one who's brought the dust earliest out of all of them. Now, Blake and Reborn are having to decide, do they play it safe by just going out and guaranteeing their 5,000 survival points, or do they stick around, try and be altruistic, get those hook risks? Because it looks like Reborn's going straight in.
Well, you know JT is screaming for an unhook right now. There's no way he would obviously want to die on his first hook. No way. Anyone,
But Junrei is back, and he's going right down. Or is he? No, he's chasing Blake. Blake's been injured, and now he's about to go down, actually. Yeah, and that's Blake down on the ground. So actually, I was spectating Reborn and JT thinking, oh god, the terror race is getting more intense. But no, he's left Blake on the ground, gets JT. He's been hit again out of the way, out of the basement. Could he? Oh my goodness, they're actually trying to make it to the exit gate that's open.
He's gonna probably get he's gonna at least get one kill here, if that's for certain, maybe a 2k. He won't get the 4k, but definitely a 2k here. if he can pull it out, but
Oh,
Reborn getting the heal.
Reborn's crossed the gate! Reborn has crossed the gate, she's left JT and Blake to their death.
That's a
Because she got
2K.
hit.
That's it. Oh,
It's a 3K.
Junrei might have to choose here. Oh yeah, the 3K. Well, the 2K for the ones on the ground, but he.
Oh,
I think he has to decide here though, because I don't think he can get JT to the basement from here. Maybe a hook in the middle, but I don't think anywhere else.
I don't think he's got enough space. I don't think he's got enough distance. No, he hasn't.
Junrei maybe.
He hasn't. No, JT's gonna make it out. He's gonna make it out at least from the basement. But can JT catch up? Sorry, can Junrei catch up? I think he might do actually. No, there's a pallet there. But JT's not going for it. What the? Oh my goodness.
I think it's because he knows he can't get him to basement. But Junrei should probably just do the hover over the stairs.
Oh, he's going to try for another hook that's not the basement. But they're too far away.
JT is... Oh, no, JT. I think JT's playing this smart. I think
he's doing the
he
survival
knows this.
points, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's doing the
yeah.
survival points.
He's not doing this out of, like, playing bad. He's doing this because he knows he can just wiggle out from wherever he goes. He has that 1k survival, so upon exit, he'll get 6,000.
Oh, has he lost Junrei though? No, he's still hovering around the pallet. Oh! Could JT make it out? No!
Dude,
Oh, he
this
can
is
do
so
it!
tempting.
No, he got stopped! He got stopped! And on we go again.
Dude, he has no pallets to work with now, but even a longer distance for Junrei, he won't be able to get it into anywhere. He won't get a hook at all. The only way JT could possibly die here is if, one, he misplays, or two, Junrei leads him to the middle and just lets him bleed out. Junrei kind of playing the smart and just taking a long route, but furthest from the exit gate that JT could possibly get to.
Oh, JT can make it though this time. He could actually make it, and he's going to. He's going to. Junrei has got max Hunter brutality points, so that could help him. He's got a decent amount of sacrifice points, and look at the scores there.
That was so well played by JT, knowing exactly that he couldn't get to any hook around.
So yeah, the screen is up for you guys. Apologies for that. Now he has blinked down to the shack and he sees a survivor right there already. It's Clue who was just exposed. Oh, he blinked past her, tried a 180 hit and actually missed. She was nowhere near the blade. And it looks like Miquel might be having problems trying to catch on to Ploop. I mean, Ploop has started making distance. Oh! Now his second blink was very short, but I don't think he wanted to do that intentionally. But it was... Oh! He got the hit, but then in that last blink there, he just missed narrowly. Oh goodness! He missed a hit, got stuck on the pallet, and Ploop, did she get the pass on that? Oh no, she put the pallet down the wrong side. Miquel blinked behind her and got the hit. She's down on the ground. There's a hook right in front of her.
Ooh. That's a shame.
And Miquel's nurse there sporting the Swift Legend nurse mask. Or the panda mask, I believe.
Insert panda mask joke right here.
JT is going for the hook rescue. There's a double heal there between him and Blake on to Ploop. And Reborn are trying to be stealthy, but being found by Miquel. She takes a hit. And even though it was point blank, Miquel actually did the Blink. Oh, she tried swiveling around, but Miquel still got her, and she's down.
Yeah, Miquel wants to make sure that he gets his deviousness and brutality up ASAP.
So he's going down. He's found JT already. JT tried moving around a tree, but Miquel's second blink was enough to get that hits in. He's trying to find the blood trail. I mean, he momentarily saw it, but now he's found Blake instead. Tries to swing, but was too far away. And Blake almost led them back. Oh, the first blink was enough to land in front of JT, but he didn't realize it soon enough. And he gets the part stun as JT, but then JT takes a hit on the second blink. There's one gen's been popped so far, but this is actually good action for Miquel. He's getting in a lot of quick points here.
Exactly, it's a common strategy for the nurse to basically get as many hits as possible early on, so that you have your deviousness and brutality maxed out, so that you can start sacrificing survivors early off and fill up your chase points on the last two also.
The survivors had left a generator at 99 even at this early stage. I wonder if that's because Miquel actually distracted the survivors working it, or whether they just thought, no, let's keep that one on ice for the time being, that particular one, for whatever reason. But of course, one survivor will probably be thinking that. The others, who knows? They are working individually after all in a sense, because there are no comms. They could try functioning like a survival friends team in a telepathic sense, if they're capable of that, but no comms for them to use.
Yeah, so far they are having a good balance of soul surviving and altruism so far. I'm going to grant them that.
Yeah, Reborn's still opting to be rather stealthy and immersed. It's worked so far as Miquel just blinked past her. Oh, but that Miquel's on top of that hill. Reborn's actually going for a hook sabotage. She's found a brown toolbox, so when Blake's taken a hit, and Blake goes down. That was made rather simple for Miquel, actually. And he's actually going to be taken to this hook next to the gen that was at 99%. And that's Blake's first hook. But sacrifice points are going pretty good. He's already past the halfway mark on the red circle. JT coming up here for the hook rescue on Blake. And looks like JT's not far from getting 8k altruism already. He's well into like the 6,000 mark, judging by how that red circle went. Looks like Ploop is the one who's being chased at the moment. Or she got hit, but I don't hear the terror radius on her anymore. Looks like Blake's going back to work on that gen that wasn't 99%. JT's caught dibs on the totem. Reborn's the one who's being chased at the moment by Miquel. One long blink was enough to get her down. So his deviousness is racking up nicely. He's still got a bit of work to do on his hunter points. He's actually taking Reborn to the same hook that's now just where the generator that was at 99 has now just been popped. The other three survivors are there in his view. And Blake tried body blocking. And JT takes a hit. Oh, Reborn got out. She wiggled out in time, right by the hook. That
Will it be enough to escape
her. But she goes down again right away. Miquel wasted no time in finding her and going down, but now Blake's gone down too. He's punishing the survivors for that double body block attempt, but he's picking up Blake now instead of looking for JT.
And this is one of the situations I see very often in public games as well. Body blocking against the nurse is essentially a 50-50 chance.
Oh yeah.
Nurse plays.
Mixed with some nurses, they'd be very tempted to just drop the survivor and go right for those blinks, even after having done a body block and getting a hit for it.
Exactly. There are other nurses though who will make sure to hit every healthy survivor, and if the survivor they are carrying drops down, they will have an easy time collecting like what, 2 to 3 downs.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I know there are. I mean, it's good in a way because it's efficient in terms of time. You know, you're quick in terms of the blinks. You can be very clinical and precise. You can cut out a lot of time compared to most other killers with blinks. And then to add on top of that, you're sort of leaving 1 or 2 of them on the ground to sort of keep up the chase furthermore and just not relenting on the pressure. And who's gone down? Blake's gone down again. But doesn't look like he's been picked up. Oh, Reborn too found. To just get a pallet stun, but not without taking a hit. Tried mixing with Nurse, didn't help out. Now she's gone down again. And now she's been picked up. Is this her second or her third hook?
I lost count.
I'd want to say it's her second. Yeah, it is her second. That's fine.
Alright, so...
And who's coming for the rescue here? That is Pluke right there. Oh, but he's back onto Blake. Blake trying to be evasive, but Miquel is landing those blinks. And Blake goes down again. And I think... Oh yeah, he's getting the pickup. I think... I wasn't sure if there was a hook or there was a basement by that office, but no, he's got the hook. I think this is Blake's death. It is. Wow, poor Blake is not having a good start to this league season.
No, the killers seem to realize that he is sort of the weaker link in this bracket and take advantage of that.
Absolutely, he's just bashing the generator too, has Miquel, so... That's 1 survivor dead with 3 generators still to go. I wonder if Miquel's actually in a position here to score more points than us in Apex is, because it looks like he could be on course to do it. It really depends on the state of the other generators. I can hear one by the shack, but it's like 99%.
I certainly can hear nothing, so I cannot confirm.
Reborn yet again trying to be immersive. Oh! Oh, but no, she didn't... I thought for a moment from her view that Miquel was the other side of the path, but no, he was on the same side and got it down, and that's... Oh god, this is going to be Reborn's death hook now. JT is halfway through 1 generator, Ploop is busy cleansing a totem. That's Reborn out of this game. So, it looks as though Ploop has a chance. Well, actually, both Ploop and JT have a real chance here of possibly trying to grab a lead in this. I'd say I'd probably favour JT's chances more than Ploop's in terms of possibly grabbing the lead here, in terms of average score.
Exactly. So far, JT is in the lead of this bracket.
And he pops a gen right in front of Miquel. But, oh, Miquel just about reacted to JT's movement there. And JT smartly maneuvered his way around that jungle gym there to make sure that Miquel didn't latch onto him. And Miquel doesn't even know where JT went. He's even checking lockers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Miquel's like, he's long lost that blood trail now. He's not going to be able to find that again anytime soon. And he's going the opposite way, and JT decided to hide in a closet for about a split second. Ploop and JT are actually on the same half of the map as each other, they just don't know it yet. Oh, now they found each other. Whilst Miquel, on the other hand, is on the side... actually, no, he's come back. He's on the same side. And he's going to find them. Oh dear, he's found them in time. JT did not get healed quickly enough. He goes down. And Miquel has max brutality and deviousness. He might not be far away from getting max hunter points. Oh god. He picked up JT, but in the corner of his vision I could see Ploop was there too. I could just about see, I thought I could see Ploop crouched there. That's JT's second up, by the way. Now Ploop's got to be really careful because she needs the points badly, which means getting out alive. But she's been found. She didn't get hit though. Miquel just hit the tire. Is she going for the rescue? No, she swapped back. Ploop's taking a hit. That's is that max hunter points? And she goes down. She tried to rescue JT, no. But this is going to be a 4-kill. So honours of the first 4-kill of this league season goes to Miquel as the nurse. That's Ploop's second hook, so it's actually 10 out of a maximum 12 hooks for Miquel, but I'm pretty sure he won't be too unhappy about missing out on what 600 sacrifice points it is. He hasn't maxed out hunter points though, so he's got 7.4k sacrifice points, and really depends on how many hunter points he's got. We'll have to wait and see. He's just waiting for Ploop to bleed out. But because JT didn't die that quickly enough, Ploop can actually carry this out for survival points.
Yeah, I think Miquel has scored around 30 to 31k this game, which puts him in the lead of the killer bracket.
Ploop is actually checking out her own ass. Apologies for that. I'll just switch back to Miquel. And that concludes it. That goes Ploop sacrificed to the entity. The 4-kill has been sealed. Not that Miquel needed the 2.5k devious bonus, but he'll have got it anyway. And wow, look at those scores. So we have 16,567 points for Ploop, 15,907 points for JT, 11,627 points for Blake, and 7,702 points for Reborn. That's a pretty low blow for a Reborn there. And Mr. Demon is playing the Wraith. And all the survivors will be breathing a huge sigh of relief to that. So, and you know, I gotta say, like, I actually applaud this choice as a Wraith. And not just because it's like a refreshing change from Nurses, but because actually, you know, Wraith is one of the weaker killers, but he can actually be used to great effect on Azeroth. So this is actually, I mean, he might not realize it, but I mean, Demon's actually kind of made a smart choice here, provided he knows how to play Wraith effectively enough, of course.
Yeah, I've seen him play the Wraith a lot in the PUCs. I have hosted with him, so...
Double blow up on a gen.
Oh boy.
Triple blow up, and that's given Mr. Demon 3 clear signals to go and find out what the hell's going on there. And he's found 2 survivors who are power looping him relentlessly. I think JT was one of them, and so was Ploop, and now he's... Where's he? What the... He took a run around another pallet when nobody was there. And JT tried to be mischievous, but actually took a hit for trying to be very, very sneaky. And Mr. Demon's actually being smart. He knows he's being pallet looped, and so he's actually trying to spread the... Oh, he narrowly missed out on the hit on Reborn. Reborn just about juked him there. And he seems to be bashing in a gen, giving it a chase. Could try to be immersive, but that did not pan out well for her. She took a hit for her troubles. They're all congregating around here. They're almost blocking each other. And Reborn takes a hit too. Demon's spreading the love. He's actually had a pretty good start. They haven't popped a single gen yet, and he's gonna down Reborn. Reborn's down. And is the basement here? Or is it just taking him to... No, he's just taking him to home here, but I think the basement's in the shack. Yeah, it's the other side of the map.
I think so. The one hook was way too close to the other building.
I think the survivors were all working that one generator at the beginning, and because of that, they're now having to relocate elsewhere. I see Ploop is working a generator far away. Oh, but Ploop's injured and she's been found. Nice evasive movement, but that's going to be a nice surprise attack bonus for... Blake finds JT and heals, and Reborn's still on that first hook. They're actually on the other side of the map of JT and Blake. And that's going to be Ploop on the first hook. This is a really good start for a Wraith for Mr. Demon here.
It really seems like the survivors underestimated him.
But Reborn's been found again and takes... that wasn't a surprise attack. She's actually getting hooked again straight away. So already she's on her second hook. I think Mr. Demon's one of those types of killers who's not too concerned about who he hooks and when. He just does it. I think he has a bit of a reputation for doing that, which sometimes does gain the ire of some survivor players. But, you know, it's a place for points. If he feels it's what's best for points, you know, there's nothing against the rules in that sense.
Exactly. Mr. Demon is infamous for his habit of killing off survivors rather than trying to get as many points as possible.
JT is circling around the pallet here, which is fine in a sense, but he kind of forgets that Reborn is right there by a hook too, and she kind of needs to be rescued. Blake's going for the rescue, but Demon's going too. And Demon's willing to be Blake's willing to be a sacrifice there, doing a 1-for-1. But he leaves Blake, goes for Reborn.
It seems like he wants to kill off Reborn early.
And Reborn does go down. But he's leaving her too and going for JT. JT, who is injured, he's just... The other two survivors are going to have to rely on Ploop to... Oh, and a nicely timed pallet stun by JT. Blake is back on his feet, so Ploop obviously was there for the help. But Demon's got to be careful here, because JT's doing a smart play by not only, you know, outmaneuvering him, but also... Oh, Blake tried running back for the pallet, but got stopped. And once again, I mean, this is great points. This is phenomenal points for Mr. Demon's Wraith, because, I mean, Wraiths don't usually get Hunter points that fast, but because he's swapping vision between so many survivors, he's racking up those Hunter points really nicely.
The only thing he will be having trouble with maybe will be the deviousness points later on.
Yeah, I mean, he's not actually cloaking and uncloaking that much. Reborn got down in that.
So if he continues his killing spree so far, he will max out on chase and brutality, but most definitely not on deviousness.
Do you know what's an amazing thing to me, most of all, Junrei? Wow, even more amazing than the fact that Reborn's just died on a third hook. They're playing against a Wraith, and not a single gen has been popped yet. Like, what is going on? I mean, goodness gracious me though, Mr. Demon, like, I've not seen him play much lately at all. Like, he used to play regularly with us, and if I'm being frank, he wasn't particularly a memorable killer in, like, the early days of DCG, but whatever reason, he's sort of, like, come back recently, and this is, like, the first time I've properly seen him, and, well, this is the one match where it counts, and whatever's happening with his play, it's working. It's like something's clicking for him.
He secretly worked out.
I wonder if the survivors will have some qualms about his killer play, but then again, like, the fact that not a single gen's been popped yet, now we have one, I just mentioned it. And Blake gets a nice pallet stun as well, and, well, Mr. Demon's already lost interest. So he cloaks, runs away. Ploop and JT both are working on a generator next to the crane. That's on the same side of the map as Azeroth's office. Blake's working a gen inside the shack, which is where basement is. But so too is Demon there. And Ploop and JT are about to pop this gen, so now they're starting to get the gens rolling. There they go, they're getting their objective points. And Blake is... well, Blake's got to be careful. Oh, he took a hit, but got stunned too for boldness. He's running towards the gen that was popped recently. The two gens that have been popped are the ones closest to each other on the map. So, strategically, either Demon has lost his best 3-gen strat, or he's still got one open up to him on another part of the map.
Which will turn things a bit more different.
JT did a pallet stun, a cheeky one, but took a hit for it too, in order to take the heat off of Blake.
And the third generator has been popped.
Indeed, yeah. And I think JT double backed and went through the window again. But he did it silently so that Demon wouldn't hear it, which was very interesting. That was a great play. It actually gave him more distance. But Demon is right on JT's tail again. And and Demon didn't. Well, he didn't even respect the battle. He just ran past. And JT trying to outmaneuver him. Oh, and greatly timed as well, because Demon was going for the swing there. And this is really helping JT in terms of his in terms of his boldness points, I should say, not his D-business. So whilst he's giving the chase, let's see what the other survivors are doing. Blake is actually not far away from this chase. He's inside the shack working the generator, which is on top of the basement. And JT's pretty much had no choice but to bring him to the shack. Tries going for a swing, which was nowhere near any of the survivors.
I personally think the best thing they can do is JT and Blake trying to keep Mr. Demon as busy as possible while Blue is going to finish up the generators. They always suffer on objective points, that's for certain. However, those 5k survivals are definitely worth it.
Demon was not close enough for the lunge, took a stun at the same time. And another one. I mean, JT is already at max boldness points, so... you know, he's good, but I think he's just pointing it, saying, like, enough, stop chasing me, Demon. I've got my fill of boldness points, thank you very much. Oh! That reverse power stun somehow, what? The hit didn't land on JT. What was a great start for Demon, but now he's making the cardinal sin, really, of chasing one survivor too much, and JT goes down. Eventually, but how much time has JT taken out of that Wraith?
He and Blake kept him busy for 3 generators. which is quite a lot.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, the one thing you cannot afford to do as killer at this sort of level of play is to allow one survivor to take up that much of your time. There are times where you just gotta learn to like disengage, go for someone else. Because he had such a fantastic start for Wraith, but now he's pretty much given it up. Now the survivors are back on track again, with like one gen still left to go. There's a hit on Ploop, JT's still injured. Blake still is going back to work on a generator to make sure that the exit gates can be powered up. But Ploop's got nowhere to go. Oh, she reach his pallet time. Ooh! Demon almost lost track of her, but caught up again before Ploop could reach the pallet. Now, is JT going to be close enough for the save here? No, he's working another generator. And Demon opting not to take Ploop to the basement. That's bizarre.
That's a strange decision.
It was practically right on top of the basement as well, but decided to take it further away. But Ploop's on a second hook nevertheless. And Demon has found Blake. Will he land a surprise attack on? He does, but oh my goodness, his deviousness is actually really low. He's got max hunter points, he's doing great for brutality as well, but his deviousness points is almost nowhere.
And that was the issue I have mentioned at the beginning of the match.
I mean, I realised he wasn't cloaking and uncloaking much for Wraith, but I didn't think it would be that low. My goodness. Like, the circle and the deviousness is only about a quarter full.
This is the thing with the Wraith. You really have a difficult time racking up those deviousness points while trying to down as many survivors as possible. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, is hit a survivor, disengage from the chase, find another survivor, so that you try and max out the deviousness as soon as possible.
And Demon actually made the smart decision strategically in going back to the one gen that was being closest to being popped and next to an exit gate. But he's momentarily thinking about slugging Blake. But he really needs to get him to a hook. Now,
otherwise, it'll end like in my game.
Trying to get into the back hook. I mean, that was a little bit close, actually. But that's Blake's second hook. He's doing well for sacrifice points, though, as Demon. Pretty good for a Wraith. Ploop's trying to use up all her toolbox for boldness and the skill checks on the hooks. JT and Ploop, by the way, are still injured. They haven't bumped into each other for heals. And I could... Yeah, now he finally sees JT, does Demon. But decides to unstalk, then kick in a pallet, and then cloak back, well, momentarily cloaking back, but he decided not to.
Yeah, he really should try and get those deviousness points up right now.
Yeah, well, Ploop and JT have found each other for heals. Are they even going for Blake? No, they're too far away. Blake's gonna be left to die. They're on the other end of the map. Have they actually... I don't know if they've left a 3-gen strat for Demon here. It's not a great 3-gen strat, but they are on the same side of the map as each other, all the 3 remaining gen.
I think both JT and Ploop are not trusting one another right now.
Well, yeah, they haven't fully healed each other, even though they've met up, so this sounds like they're at odds with each other. They want to see who can evade the Wraith better and try and make it to the hatch.
Yeah. They're both in fear that once the other one is healed up, they will just run away and leave them to die.
They've been found.
with the 3-gen up, they really don't have any other choice.
But he just got the surprise attack in, so he's getting that deviousness at least. He's very conscious though of this 1-gen that Blake almost had popped. It has regressed a lot though. And he's gonna pick up Ploop and... Is this a death hook?
I do believe that this is her death hook.
It is, so does JT know where the hatch is?
This is the question.
He does, he sees it. He's got the hatch. It's like the other side of the map from where Ploop was sacrificed. And JT's just crouching in circles around it, but he doesn't need the boldness points. He's got max already. He just needs to get out of it. Scores are Jets 26,415 points for JT, 21,136 points for Blake, 17,700 points for Ploop, and 8,057 points for Reborn, with 25,403 points for Mr. Demon's Rave. Had a really strong start, but he just didn't really hook up enough surprise attacks. I sort of had a lot of fun streaming this one and streaming the and casting alongside you, Junrei. So I'm sure you had your fun too.
Yeah, I did.
By the way, I'm tired. I'm still nursing a headache, and I think that was a good time to sort of call it an end to the stream. So thank you for tuning in. We will still be deciding who's going to be streaming tomorrow's game because I know it won't be me. But yeah, just keep tuned and be sure to tune into this particular stream. It's all happening on twitch.tv/Maverick_Warriors. That's the place to be for the league season. And I'm sure to bring you more entertaining games in the near future. So until then, thank you, GG. See you later.